In this tutorial, we'll show you 2 ways to create a natural dye using food waste. This process works best on natural fibers like cotton or linen that are lightly colored. The first step you need to do to prepare your fabric to receive the dye is to scour it by boiling it in water and adding some washing soap, 2 to 3 tablespoons of washing soda or another gentle soap like olive oil soap, and boil the fabric for an hour in this solution, leaving it to soak overnight and then rinsing it well. The next step is mordanting the fabric, which will help to fix the color of the dye into the fabric. There are a variety of different mordants that you can use. To mordant this fabric, add 1 cup of alum and, if available, 2 level tablespoons of cream of tartar to 5 liters, about 5 quarts of water. Dissolve these chemicals in warm water and leave the fabric to soak for 24 hours, after which you'll rinse the fabric out well. You can make your dye solution ahead of time while the fabric is scouring or mordanting. In this case, we chopped up 20 pounds of beets into small pieces and put them into a stock pot. Use double the amount of water as you have plant material. Bring the mixture to a boil and let it simmer for about an hour more. Add your fabric to the hot dye bath and stir frequently to keep the material moving and ensure the dyeing will be even. Cold dyeing with black beans is another method you can try. When soaking black beans for cooking, save the water that they were soaked in for dyeing. You'll notice the water turns a deep purple color. The longer you soak the beans, the darker the color will be, but just note that beans will begin to ferment if they are left to soak at room temperature for longer than 12 hours. Adding an acid like lemon juice or a base like baking soda to this dye will make it change color in a process called pH shifting. A more acidic solution will produce a lighter colored dye, and a more basic solution will produce a darker colored dye. One key tip to remember is to always use a non-reactive vessel when storing or creating your dyes, like glass or stainless steel. To test out how this natural dye works, we'll add a swatch of mordanted fabric to each of the jars with dye in them. You can fold or tie your fabric to create different patterns as it's dyeing. Let the fabric sit in the solution for 24 hours and then take it out, rinse it well, and hang it up to dry. After using a natural dye on a fabric, you can heat set it using low heat on an iron and let it sit for a couple weeks before washing it any further. You can find our print tutorial with additional resources for natural dyeing on our website at uticacreativereuse.org.